A national carrier doesn't usually hit the good news section of the papers, and yet recently in the past few weeks it has been talked about. In fact, public support has been with the national carrier because of its treatment of a VIP. Now, its CMD was someone who's been praised in the newspapers, in the press, but he hardly ever gives an interview. So it's very nice to have Ashwini Lohani speaking to NDTV. Thanks very much, sir,
Thank you
for talking to us. You know, sir, actually, I know that you're reluctant to talk about that incident which I was talking about, which everybody knows, but I know you're reluctant to talk about it. So I just want to ask you first a very general question. At the moment now, sir, the Prime Minister started off this initiative which talks about, in fact, his Mann Ki Baat also recently brought it up, that wants to get rid of the VIP culture. Now, over the years, every time someone thought of or talked about VIP culture, somehow it became also synonymous with Air India culture. People kind of made it synonymous with that's where all the, you know, the senior bureaucrats, the senior ministers, that's their carrier. It's something that you can stop, that ministers can call and stop. So how does Air India get rid of that image in this climate which is completely against VIP culture?
See, Air India is a carrier for the masses. It's for the people of India. And we are running it like other carriers are running their airlines. It's not, the planes are not stopping for anyone, no special treatment other than what is actually mandated as per rules. And I don't really think we are promoting VIP culture.
But there is an image, you would accept there is a little bit of an image.
See, airlines are always considered to be elitist.
Right.
That is why.
But that was perhaps in the, till about the 90s.
Yeah.
In the early 2000s, you know, the whole aviation boom took off.
Right.
And flights became cheaper.
Yeah,
and all of us started taking flights a
Right,
lot
right.
more.
But it has that old image. Like even a 5-star hotel is always regarded as elitist.
Yeah.
It's on a similar line, airlines compared to other modes of transport, they are considered to be elitist.
So is there anything that you want?
But though they are not.
They're
Though
not.
they are not.
Is
Because right now we are cheaper than train fare.
Yeah.
Then a second class AC 2-tier of Rajdhani is generally costlier than what
And
I
Air
averaged.
India one?
Air India, other carriers also.
The 2-tier one,
Yeah.
a full fare 2-tier one.
Yeah.
That's very, very interesting. In fact, I'll talk about that later because of your Udan flights that you've taken off. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, the big incident that took place. And I just want to tell you that as reporters, political reporters were covering that story, it was after a long time that Air India had the support of the public. Everyone was quite happy because Air India took a stand and the government took a stand, all of you took a stand, and you all didn't talk about it, but you took a stand that if somebody treats our employee like this, we won't accept it. What can you tell us, sir? We've not heard from you at all on this. What can you tell us about this?
Obviously, we can't allow our employees to be treated that way. We have to step in. Because I frankly believe that clients don't come first, employees come first.
Really?
And if employees are well taken care of, they'll take care of the clients very well.
Yeah.
The employees have to be supported. How can we just let go of our employees? And second thing is we can't allow any incident to happen which can hamper the safety of aircrafts. Aircraft is a very, very sensitive operation. It's not like running a bus or running a train. Anything aboard an aircraft which is flying can be a safety hazard. Like if you travel in an aircraft, you will find when it's going to land, they even tell you to put your seats upright. And even small things like those matter in aircraft. So safety is a concern, our employees are concerned, that is why.
How, you know, this one was very disturbing because it showed someone beating your employee, this MP beating your employee. How were they also, because the flight hadn't taken off at that time, how had they compromised safety? Can you explain it to viewers? Because every time a fight takes place.
If something like this happens,
yeah.
when the plane is in the sky, then the safety gets compromised.
You mean the pilot gets distracted?
Pilot can get distracted. If you run around in the aircraft, the center of gravity of the aircraft can change. It can create a ruckus. It is proper conduct aboard an aircraft is one of the prerequisites for safety.
So, sir, the last incident, we saw the MP getting arrested. In this particular one, we didn't see the MP getting arrested. Why is that, sir?
I don't know.
Is it because you all didn't push hard
We
enough?
played our part. Na? We have to take care of our employees, we have to take care of the safety of the airline, and we filed a complaint because we felt a complaint is necessary. But beyond that, it's not our domain.
But is it because you didn't push enough?
I don't think we have
And
to
they
push
are,
such
they're
things.
also, sir, they were also threatening all of you because your unions are there in Mumbai.
No, that is not. That
wasn't a
that is not a
consideration.
concern at all.
It didn't scare anybody.
Absolutely.
The fact that they said we won't let one Air India flight take off.
Absolutely. There is no
That
question of
wasn't a
being
problem.
scared.
But so it's the police or the government which didn't push it?
I don't know.
So I wanted to just ask you, can you tell us the secret of the solidarity we saw among airlines? It's very,
I think this
it's
is
very
something
unusual.
which everyone realizes ki if it happens in Air India, it can happen elsewhere.
Right.
If they don't wake up when this happened here,
Yeah.
then their turn might be the next.
Yeah.
So they, I think they all
Because
realize.
it happens with all airlines.
They all realize that it happens with all
Yeah.
airlines. So I think they came forward. It was very good of them.
So did you all exchange phone calls? Tell us some behind the scenes stories.
I
sir.
think they all came forward and they supported us in the cause and we are very thankful to them.
But sir, is it, I mean, can we, if I ask you that Aditya Ghosh or Naresh Goyal, did you all exchange phone calls to say?
I can't go into the details of that, who exchanged phone calls with whom, but yes, all of them came together because it was for a common cause.
Okay. And the instructions are now very clear. Your employees now, or any employee of any airline, know, for our viewers out there, that if you misbehave, meaning if you pick a fight with an employee, a cabin crew member or anybody else, then you are going to be put on the no-fly zone.
It all depends on the intensity of the event actually, what happens. There might be arguments at times. It always happens wherever you have an interface between two people.
Right.
So not in every case we are going to.
Okay,
But
sir.
yes, it's something very severe, and because this incident, actually, each and every single employee felt aggrieved, and he felt pained, and he felt angry.
How did you know that, sir? I mean, did
If
they
I don't
email
know
you?
if I don't know the pulse of the organization, then what is the
No,
point?
I know,
in
but
leaving?
I'm just trying to understand, sir, that basically were people mailing each other or WhatsApping each other to say, did you
Talk
see
to
this?
people. You come to know what is the. See, we have to have the pulse, know the pulse of the organization, pulse of our men.
And they wanted a strong.
They didn't want, but they were feeling let down.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so sir, now we've talked about where Air India went right. Now I just wanted to, I went on Twitter, sir, and I typed Air India, and all the feedback of people came up. So I thought they don't get to see Mr. Lohani, who's the boss of Air India, so I thought I would bring people some of their tweets to you. One of the things that is very, very common, sir, and one of the tweets I'm just going to read out is, why people don't respond. This is Rajat Garg, and he says it's been almost 15 to 16 days and I still don't get any refund. Could you please check? And a lot of people saying nobody picks up my phone, nobody is replying to my emails. So what is that, sir?
See, I can only say that things have improved. I can very well accept that we were not in a good shape. Yes, there are issues with the airline. Everybody knows. The guy on the street also knows that there are issues with Air India. It's been for so many years in the public domain. Our problems have been there. There have been thousands of problems. But well, we are improving. Well, we are improving, and that is what exactly matters. We just don't have a magic wand. My people start responding immediately. The services become great. It's a gradual evolving process, because ultimately what the passenger experiences is a symptom.
Yes.
A lot of things happening simultaneously at the same time in various phases. That's a symptom. What happens? The response time is a symptom. It just can't be corrected overnight, because there are issues. We are trying to handle these issues. We are very serious about that. Everybody is putting in his best foot forward. There are legacy issues with the airline.
Legacy. Well, legacy, of course, it's a money thing.
No, it's not only a money thing. It's a culture thing also.
For example, explain that.
Air India and Indian Airlines were totally two different organizations, culturally poles apart. You put them together, and all mergers are complicated. Similarly, this merger was much more complicated, because this was the airline merger. So, well, there are issues which are continuing till then, and we have still not been able to solve all the issues, because some issues can never get solved, because when you merge, if some set of people was getting higher salary and somebody is getting a lower salary, then when you merge, then what do? You take the lower guy to the higher level and increase the burden on the airline, or bring the higher level guy slightly lower and then create a disgruntlement there.
Yeah.
And this has happened across cadres, across
and that was creating all those strikes and things like that.
It was creating a lot of disgruntlement, and people had seniority issues. And
you said thousands of issues. What, according to you, sir, is the biggest issue?
See, thousands of individual issues it created.
For you, the biggest issue, sir, because I know, I was speaking to my colleagues as well who report in your sector, and they said that you've improved your on-time performance. So that's a good thing. I pointed out from the emails that people say that you don't respond as well. Like Indigo will immediately reply, you don't respond as quickly. Your customer service center doesn't respond. What, according to you, is the biggest problem?
The biggest problem with the airline right now is the huge debt we have got.
Right.
I have a 50,000 crore debt.
Yeah.
The debt servicing alone amounts to 4 to 5,000 crore.
And so I heard a figure that 1,000 crore per day losses.
No,
that's not true.
Nobody can survive that kind of thing. Even the best airline in the world can't survive that. But what I am saying is that we have a debt of 50,000 crores, and the debt servicing interest alone is 4,000 crores. So that impacts every single aspect of our working.
And what's the way out? So the new airlines the new service you started of Udaan, won't that increase your debt? Because I know you're doing it for public good. You're going into Shimla where...
No. See, Udaan, we have a small subsidiary called Alliance Air, which has 10 aircrafts.
Yeah.
It's going to become a 50 aircraft company in very short time. And it runs on tier 2 and tier 3 sectors where there is not much competition.
Yeah.
So it's going to be profitable. And besides, we've got support from the government also. All operators under the...
So Shimla is going to be a profitable sector, which you went with the Prime Minister last week.
The concept of regional connectivity scheme is that it should help the operators in being financially viable when flying to these sectors. The basic theory is that.
Yes.
It gives some sort of a viability gap funding.
So that's not what's going to bleed you. What's going to bleed you right now? Is there one system which is bleeding you right now?
The debt.
Just the debt.
Just the debt.
And paying the interest of the debt.
Paying the interest.
So you are telling the government that
otherwise we earned an operational profit last year.
Of 105
crores. This year it should be about 200, 250 crores.
Okay.
Operational profit.
Okay.
But that means...
Which is what you are being credited with as well.
That means on a year-to-year basis we are all right. But what to do in the past?
So Udaan is not going to bleed you?
Not at all.
That politically savvy
it's going to serve a very, very big cause for the country, and it's going to help Air India also.